Evening, everyone. I hope you're well. I just want good vibes tonight. There's been so much crazy stuff all over the internet and everything that's been going on. No negativity tonight, please. And I've got a wonderful guest, my first guest on the show ever. Jamie, how you doing, mate?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
What happened before with your show? Like,
Yeah, don't show live videos, man. Don't show live videos.
oh, live videos. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I basically showed the Chiesa interview. That I got the video feed off Twitter actually. So, but someone in Liverpool admin decided to have my channel cancelled. So, yeah.
Ooh, I'll tell you what then. I'm probably not going to show the video, the thing that I've got to show.
Yeah,
That's a good shout, actually, mate.
yeah.
Um,
It's all right though. I deleted the video, went live again straight after, so there's no problem.
okay, cool. Hope everyone's well. I've got loads and loads of stuff. I've got loads of good vibe stuff as well that we want to go through today as well. And if we've got time, maybe we'll have a look at the Man United game coming up as a little bit of a preview. Because I've been live so many times this week that I best not do anymore, or the wife will get quite annoyed with me.
I hear that. Man.
Yeah. As you can see, I've got my mate next to me.
Federico.
Absolutely made up with that signing. And we'll kind of jump into to some of the stuff that I've got. So I think I can just bring this in and we'll just move to the side. There you go. There he is.
There he is.
There he is. I'm not going to show any videos. It looks like that medical and those photos were done last night because he's in the dark.
Yeah, that's a nighttime photo. Yeah.
So he's in the dark. So we made sure we got that one done as quick as we could.
Yeah, you can see the shadow behind him and the lights in the office. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we made sure we got that one done. It's like, no, mate, you're not leaving. Like the next time you leave is to go to bed or on a flight back.
Yeah, that's it.
you are getting that contract done. And the money is ridiculous as well. I've got this article that actually I wanted to show. I wanted to just cover the bit that that Arnie Slot said. We are really happy to bring Federico to Liverpool, the head coach told LiverpoolFC.com. I don't think anyone will need to tell me about his quality because he's been very clear for a number of years in both club football and international football. Frederick's a good age. He brings experience and talent. I've said all summer that it's not easy to sign players for Liverpool because of the standards. We firmly believe that he enhances what we already have. I mean, that's exactly what we want, isn't it? We don't want to be signing any projects that aren't going to hit the ground running.
No, exactly.
Absolutely. I've got this interesting article here which talks about him costing nothing, basically. Here, where is it? I thought this was quite interesting. So Chiesa for free, the hidden story behind Liverpool's sensational coup. So basically says the sell-on clause is explained.
Yeah.
So we obviously had sell-on clauses on Dom Solanke, which paid us 9.2 million. We also had Kamal Grabara, who moved from Copenhagen to Wolfsburg. That was another 2.2 million.
Yep.
And then we had Luis Alberto that went from Lazio to Al Duhal, which is another million, which basically added to 12.4 million.
That's right.
Which is just outstanding business, that I've got to say. Like,
yeah, all the add-ons basically paid for them.
I know. So we've still got the 62 million that we made off player sales so far. So and I don't think we're done. Like, I genuinely don't think we're done. And I also think there's maybe one or two might still go. Have you seen the Paul Joyce tweet
About
I'll
Kelleher?
show you it?
Yeah, go on.
So Paul Joyce, not that long ago actually, this one, Liverpool have rejected a bid from Nottingham Forest for Queven. So I wonder how much that was, because they bidded 20, I think it was 29 million for Guimaraes, who's the Mexican striker who played for Slot last year.
Yeah.
But he could be going to Bayer Leverkusen now.
Yeah.
So they've got money. What do you think of that one, mate?
Yeah, look, and I think it says there Liverpool don't want to sell either. So, I don't know how much they offered. I don't know what the blow. I think Liverpool are looking for 30 million for Queven Kelleher, which is roughly the same price we're buying Malmadashvili for. So they must have very much undervalued what they think Kelleher's worth, and that's why they rejected it. And the fact they don't want to sell him. I don't know if Kelleher's going to pick up a stink, with 24 hours left in the transfer window, they could get a move, be a number one somewhere. But no, I think they got reassurances that Kelleher will leave next year. I just, now they got Malmadashvili in, I don't think they care about getting a fee for Kelleher. Now Malmadashvili's in the club, he's going to be joining next season. No, we don't know what's going to happen. He could go alone again, couldn't he? But now he's at the football club. I'm not sure they're too worried about Kelleher. If they lose him for cheaper next year, they just don't want to let him go this year unless they get a stupid fee by the sounds of it.
It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Mm.
Didn't they sign like a Brazilian guy who's like 6'9" or something?
Say like that, yeah.
So like he's still not going to be first choice, is he? Or he's going to be fighting.
Man.
So poor Queven. Oh well. I'll do some of the super chats in a bit. So I also wanted to cover this one as well. I'm just going to do a little bit of the news, mate. Okay.
Yeah,
So this guy here who's really in with the know. He's noticed that Joyce Pearce and Bascom have all not used the words that they always use for transfer window. So they always use. So Liverpool are almost defo trying to sign one more player before the window shuts. This is why I think of that, because Joyce Pearce and Chris Bascom have always asked Barrett. So Barrett must be the main media guy at Liverpool.
Yeah.
They do this every year, and normally around now their stories contain Liverpool are thought to be done. Barrett would tell them to dampen expectations, but look closely. None of their pieces say that. It could get inserted at any time, but not now. I think Liverpool are working, and there's something that came out here which might interest you from a Turkish media outlet saying that we're looking at Santiago Heze, who's a midfielder from Olympiacos. Have you heard anything?
No. I think I think that was got rumoured this afternoon, didn't it? The DM from I ain't heard anything more though. There's just rumours going everywhere this afternoon.
What's really interesting with that is I watched a show called the Anfield Index, and it was called the Transfer Show, and they basically went through loads and loads of players around Europe that would fit Liverpool with the data, and that guy came up on the show, and they only had 7 people that they picked for the position, and that guy actually came up, and I was like, who the hell is he?
Yeah, I've never heard of him. He's Argentinian, I believe.
He's Argentinian, yeah. He's Argentinian. So I'm only giving you what we read. Okay, like take it with a pinch of salt, like whether it's true or not. But Heze, who knows? And there's also some other stuff which has come out as well about this guy who I'd like, to be honest. Mohamed Simakan from Leipzig. So Leipzig are trying to sign the guy from Benfica, is it Silva? I think it's Silva, Andre Silva.
Right.
So they're trying to sign him to replace him, and apparently he's got a 49 million euro release clause in his contract,
Yeah.
and it's been activated by Al Halal. I think it's Al Halal. Is it Al Halal?
Think
They're
so.
after
Yeah.
everyone, by the way. That club.
Hmm.
So apparently he's in talks with Saudi Arabia club, and we might go in and go for him. I don't know, but there's also been stuff on Twitter about the plane that went to get that brought Chiesa to Liverpool has flown off to Leverkusen today,
Yeah, I saw that.
or the German area.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So
read about
is
that
it for
today. Yeah.
Simakin?
Who knows?
Is it for Hincapié? Because because Leverkusen have turned down the approach from Barcelona for Jonathan
Hmm.
Tah.
That's right.
So they said he's not for sale now. So are they keeping a defender because they might be losing a defender? I don't know. What do you reckon?
It's
I
yeah.
love
Look,
it. I love that we're involved in this now, by the way.
yeah. I mean, after the Chiesa deal's gone through, and a longer time has gone since the the deal went through for Chiesa, none of the journalists have come out and said that's Liverpool done. You know, usually journalists come out by now and go, right, that's Liverpool done, but
Lights are
incomings
off.
yeah, that's Liverpool done for incomings this summer. They feel they got enough now. Anything will be outgoings. That'll be usually the tweet we get from a Paul Joyce, a James Pearce, and all that. Considering we haven't had one of them tweets yet or messages, or is it Vinny O'Connor who does Sky when he's outside Anfield? He's not even said anything today about that's it. I think is it Lewis Steele who's bigged up his game this summer massively.
Yeah, massively.
He said Liverpool is still trying to do something. So yeah, like, it's just time restricted, obviously. But I think Liverpool is still trying to do something. Part of me also thinks that Liverpool seem to have rushed Chiesa's medical through last night. He obviously had his medical up till 1 a.m. last night, you know,
Yeah.
and then obviously did that photo and all that and got him registered. Now, I know I said this earlier and someone said, oh, they're just trying to get him registered in time for United game. And I was thinking maybe they, like, United is our last Premier League game for 2 weeks. I don't think they would be in a hurry to get him registered for that game. Also, I think you got till Friday midnight to register him as well. So plenty of time. So to rush that through and get it all done, and we've got the rest of this evening, the rest of tomorrow. I don't know. Maybe there's something in it because no journalist yet has come out and said we're done. So yeah, I think there's still one addition left. I don't know if it's going to be a DM or a centre back. The Joe Gomez one situation is obviously close to, you know, we don't know what's going on with Joe still yet. There could be a move for him last minute. We're in Newcastle at the moment. So yeah, it's interesting, ain't it? It is interesting.
The Newcastle one for Joe Gomez is wild because
Mm.
Palace have signed Maxime Lacroix now, and they've lost Chadley, who's the guy they got from Barcelona. He's out for a
Yeah.
few months now, so they're not going to sell Gahey. What and if Newcastle don't get this Simakan, which they're linked with as well, what if they come knocking for Joe? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think Newcastle's the most only choice right now. Palace have got their centre back now. Guayi's staying. So Palace are sorted there. I literally think it's like Joe wants to go where somewhere he's going to be a first teamer. I think Botman and Joe Gomez in the future can be a good partnership. So
it is. Yeah.
I think Newcastle's the only thing. I mean, Liverpool to Newcastle on final day of the transfer window ain't far to go. You can get there in half hour by plane. You know, private
A
jet.
double copter.
Yeah, get there in half hour, get it all done, medical. Yeah, I think, I think Gomez leaving is one to watch till the end of the window. And if Gomez leaves, that's when I think Liverpool have to get a replacement in. No doubt about it.
The thing about that as well, though, is if Gomez leaves, then we're literally knocking on Everton's door. Just throwing the money through their letterbox.
Exactly.
Like Branthwaite, where are you? Like knocking on their door.
Yeah.
Just give Everton the money. I'm going to do the super chats actually. Big up Redbirds. Thanks for the support, mate. Appreciate it. And big up Mike. Oh, thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I got monetized, but I was panicking a bit because of the Liverpool song, because it's been copyrighted off me, so I've got to get that changed. God, do you think that song from like the 1984 would have?
It should have been
Just
all
give
right
up
by
on
now.
it now. Like they still think they're going to make money off it.
We brought it back in the 90s as well, didn't we?
I know. I'm just going to give a shout out for a few people. Good to have you, Russell. Evening, Andrew. Evening, YWA. Evening, TW74. Evening, Alexander. Evening, Songs 4K. Red Chair Supporter. Scottish Bird. Hope you're well. Kingsman. Neil. Just Memes. Might actually check your channel out now. Keep it real. Good to have you here, mate. And Dan. There's loads more here, but there's just too many. Sorry, but I've done a few. I'll also big up EMJP. Okay, so I've got a few more. I've got some feel good stuff. Okay, we all like this. Here we go. Let's have a look at this. Okay, so there's no sound in this, just in case anything happens. But let's have a little run through, a fly of the wall of our new museum.
Oh yeah, new museum. Yeah, it looks mint.
It looks amazing. Definitely going to do that tour. They've got a Klopp tour now, haven't they?
Yeah, they got the Klopp area.
That's great.
I think the Klopp bit's taken the Steven Gerrard collection, and I think they've moved that. Yeah, they've knocked through, ain't they? Yeah, 20 quid to get your photo with the Premier League. There you
go. Raking it in off that.
Yeah. The Premier League trophy is 20 quid. There you go. I love the old jerseys. It's nice, isn't it?
Old jerseys. I know, man. Old jerseys are great. Oh, it looks brilliant, doesn't it? I'll definitely
and then
check that out.
Got Moria.
Blimey, it's massive.
Obviously leads out to the superstore. They're not silly.
Do you reckon that's a drone?
Yeah.
A little mini drone.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It looks like it, don't it? The way it's moving.
Yeah, it's well cool. And it leads out what? It leads out into the back of the back of the supporter shop.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's the way to do it, ain't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That's looking good. That's looking good, man.
It looks great. Yeah, thought I'd show that. What else did I want to show? Also wanted to show you this as well. Obviously the Stefan Bajcetic, that's kind of done. They've reached an agreement. Yeah, so there's no buy option. So he's gonna play for Pep and Linda's team next year, which I think's a good move, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to see him in the Champions League as well. Like, we haven't got them. I also wanted to show you some of the teams we got. I mean, I'm excited with some of those home games, aren't you?
Yeah, the Real Madrid game at home and the Leverkusen game at home are.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're the best. They're probably the best home games you could get.
I like the new Champions League format. I
do as well. It's great.
I actually like it. I didn't know what to think of it till I saw it actually happen. I actually like the new format. It makes sense. There's no dead rubbers now. How many dead rubbers? How many boring games are in Champions League knockout games?
They all look like Man City's all look a bit.
Man City got
a Europa League draw.
I don't know how Man City did it. They got a Europa League draw in the Champions League. Big up Man City. First team. Do you notice they're the first team drawn as well in a brand new format, and they get a Europa League team? group.
Of course, mate.
Well, it's not a group, is
Right.
it? It's one big league, and your team plays 8 games, and you've got to try and get as many points as you can to go through into the knockout stages. But yeah, Arsenal got an easy draw too. We got the hardest draw out for the English teams, but hey, it is what it is. You know, Villa
You've got to
a pretty
beat the
decent
best.
draw,
You've got to beat the best.
but that
The
City
thing
draw
about
was
it as well
shady.
is the thing about it as well, and this is something that I wanted to touch on as well. Actually, I'll show you the draw. Where is it?
So I think it's a 36 team league, guys, and everyone plays 8 games, and then the top 16 go through automatically into the knockouts, and then the bottom 16 play knockout games. KMack, is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the winners of their playoff games go through to the knockout game. So basically, if you finish top half of the league, you've got to go through to the knockout stages. So, but you got to play 8 games. You're playing 8 games. Everyone's playing 8 Champions League games at a minimum, and it's only one. You're not playing home and away to the same team. So we're only playing Real Madrid the once, and that's at Anfield. So it could take up to 17 games to reach the final of the Champions League this year, which is nuts. But yeah, you just play the 8 games, you go through your group.
The post has been removed.
League. There you go.
The post got removed off Reddit. Hang on, let me see if I can find it again. I had it saved, but the post has been removed of the Liverpool games. Let me just find it. 2 seconds. Well, there's pictures of him like doing like a fake warm up. That's Chiesa.
Oh, Chiesa.
Okay, so making him do a fake warm up at 3 a.m. Okay, so this is the Liverpool draw. So you got Real Madrid at home, Bayer Leverkusen at home. Is that Lille?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lille. Oh, is it? Yeah, it is Lille, and then Bologna at home. I mean,
Leipzig, AC Milan, PSV.
I mean that's the Champions League winner and the Europa League finalist.
Yeah. Oh yes, it's definitely.
We have got Salzburg. No, we got Leipzig.
Leipzig,
we have got some tough games, to be fair.
I'd take all our home games, but
didn't Girona finish second or third?
Yeah,
they're pretty garbage now though because they've sold their best players, and some of them had to come back to Man City. AC Milan, they kind of fell off a bit, I think. PSV will be a tough one away. I think what will be good about that, the PSV one as well, is obviously the manager's got previous, and he's beaten them before. I think what's interesting with that draw is if we do go on to finish like high up in the league, and then we have to play some harder games, we'd have already played the harder teams. When the likes of City and Villa and Arsenal and some of those haven't had really hard draws, so they don't get to play the hard teams. Like, you know, they'll play the hard teams for the first time. Like, we could have already beaten them before. You know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
we'd have a bit of experience in that. So I think it could help us in the long run. And I don't fear anyone, mate. I really don't fear anyone.
No. I mean, the Real Madrid game's the eye-catcher game. I think that'll be the first game as well, because they said they're going to put the calendar out on Saturday where the games are sorted. I personally feel like they'll open it with Liverpool, Real Madrid.
They should, because that's a marquee game, innit?
Yeah, that'd be a great game to kick it all off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if that game kicked off the whole Champions League, brand new format. I mean, what bigger game is there in the Champions League right now? With all these draws, all the teams drawn, there's no bigger game than Liverpool, Real Madrid to kick it off.
100%. There isn't. There absolutely isn't, and that'd be a great game. Now, I'd love it if we stuffed them.
Yeah, so I mean, look, Leverkusen at home's a good draw. AC Milan away, AC Milan shit. Leipzig.
Playing that Phillips, mate. He can do another Cruyff turn.
Yeah. All we got to do is really win 4 games, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
If we win 4 games, that was 3, 6, 9. That gives us 12 points. If you win pretty much 4 games and draw a 5th, you're pretty much through. You know, that's all you got to do. So it's going to be no real dead rubbers. Everything you have to win every game pretty much. So, but with 36 teams in now, I think it's 36 teams. You know, yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of losses in there, a lot of wins, lots of draws. So I think if Liverpool, Arsenal, and Man City, they win 4 or 5 of the games out of the 8 they got to play, they'll all go through. My thing is though, I love the fact that they changed the format to make, because the group games were boring. That's what, like, the group games were boring. It all kicked off in the knockout stages. And this being one league and you're just playing everyone once gives you a bit more threat. So you got to win your game. You can't just sit back and just take a draw. So you've got to go for it and win your games. The problem is the end result's going to be still the end result. The last 16 quarterfinals, semi-final, finals are still going to be the big teams. So
yeah,
but I can see why they've done it. I actually liked it. I enjoyed the cut. It's the first Champions League draw I've actually ever enjoyed. I thought it's fun.
Yeah.
I thought it's all right.
I think as well. I think like they put this format in to kind of feign off the interest of the breakaway league to make this more competitive. And
this is
I like the looks of it. Like some of these games are going to be brilliant. I also like the fact that you can be drawn an English team in your group still.
Yeah.
Like you can get drawn anybody. Like we could have had Man City, like in one of them. Like anyone gets anybody now, which I think's great. Like yeah, all good for me. I'll definitely be watching some of them. You'll have them on your channel as well, won't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be watching them. Okay, so I'll do a couple of transfers that have sneaked in that we're linked with. Obviously, that's the James Pearce saying that he's not a target, like you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that would be an incredible last-minute deal, and Richard Hughes is probably still in Italy. Like he can still be in Italy. Like like he's the one that got this deal over the line pretty quickly with Chiesa. So maybe he's waiting there for Bastoni next. Who knows? But yeah, so it's not a great outlet. I think it's a Portuguese outlet, which I don't even want to pronounce that word. Fajalas or whatever. So Bastoni emerged as a prime Liverpool target. I mean, he's absolutely sensational. Like he's the perfect player to replace Virgil if that ever happens. And he can also play left back as well because he's a really good left back as well. I mean, that would just be perfect signing if you ask me. Also wanted to show this. Hang on, where is it? So this is an interesting one, which is from a Mexican outlet. If you didn't know about it, so this is a guy called Chino Huerta, who's a 23-year-old winger, who Liverpool are looking to sign and loan to a championship team. So if anyone knows about him, who knows? Maybe some of the Americans in the chat might know about him. But that was from Soy Football, who's a Mexican outlet. It would seem like an Edwards Hughes kind of opportunity where we'd sign a guy and then just loan him out and see how it goes. Maybe make money off him like in the future. I don't know how that works. Have you heard anything about that one?
I only heard it today when I think Russell told me about it in the live chat. So I read it. I think it's the same article you're reading now. I mean, he's a left winger. I just don't see. I don't, unless they've moved away from Anthony Gordon. I don't understand it personally.
So he said he's a decent player.
Yeah, he's meant to be a decent
Russell
player.
said he's got 11 goals and 10 assists last season.
Yeah, so unless they've moved away from
7.6 million bid.
Yeah, unless they've moved away from Anthony Gordon and they feel like he's going to sign a new contract at Newcastle, then this makes sense. If they haven't moved away, then I don't get it.
Anyway, I've never heard of the guy. Is he a Mexican international? I don't know. Like maybe they seen him in the Copa America. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've got no comments to add to that at all. Don't know it.
I just read the rules of the Champions League thing. So it says here the top 8 sides of the league will qualify automatically for the round of 16. So whoever finishes in that top 8, you just go around to the last 16 straight away. The teams that finish between 9th and 24th place will then compete in a 2-legged knockout phase to qualify for the last 16.
Even that'd be good.
And the teams that finish 25th or lower will be eliminated. And no access to UEFA Europa League.
That's great.
So the year Man United are in the Europa League, they're only going to play Europa League teams. Yeah.
I've got something funny on Man United as well, by the way. So yeah, this is from today. So apparently he's 45 million euros been agreed, 5-year contracts, medical tomorrow. So it's up to him whether he goes. Maybe Liverpool might try last minute grab for him. I'm sure he'd pick us over El Nasser.
I don't know. Depending on why El Nasser are giving him stupid money, I wouldn't blame him. But I think we only go for him if we're losing Joe Gomez.
Yeah.
I think Liverpool have got something. I think there's two. Look, Liverpool got a midfielder and a defender lined up, and I don't think they're going to make a move for anyone until they know if Joe Gomez is staying or going. If Gomez says he's staying and nothing comes in for him, they make a move for the midfielder. If Gomez wants to leave, they make a move for the defender. So I think there's players they got ready to go, and I wouldn't be surprised they've alerted agents already. And it all depends on Gomez, because I don't see him buying a defender if Gomez stays, because I don't think we're that kind of club. I know people want it, but I just don't think we're that kind of club that's going to stockpile. And I know people will say we've got 6 forwards, but if anyone knows Arne Slot, he substitutes his wingers all the time.
And he's already done it. He's already done it in games so far.
4 wingers will play every game, basically. So even off the bench. Yeah.
We all want those extra guys as well, Mike. Like we do. But we aren't going to stockpile players, and that seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to touch on the Tyler Morton deal as well. It looked like Bayer Leverkusen cancelled that. It wasn't from our end. So it looks like they were the ones that actually basically shut that deal down. So they obviously inquired about him, looked at it. Apparently Xabi Alonso's like Tyler Morton's hero because he grew up like in the Liverpool team, like, you know, idolising that guy. So the chance to play for him, he jumped at the chance, and apparently it was Leverkusen that backed away. So any other stuff, I don't know, but he might still be available to go. So that's all I'm saying on that one. Obviously the Ben Doak one as well. Sorry, mate.
With that Morton thing, so what I'm hearing on the Tyler Morton thing is that Liverpool, if they want Tyler Morton to go out on loan, they want him to pretty much have a big say at the club he goes to, where he's going to play a lot of football. That's why they're very happy with Stefan going to RB Salzburg, because they know he's going to play at least 80% of the games for RB Salzburg, especially with Pep Linders as coach. Even either starting or coming off the bench, he's probably going to play 80% of the games. Tyler Morton, I think Leverkusen put a tweet, like there was a tweet about Leverkusen saying they would love Tyler Morton, but they can see him playing 50% of the games or something like that at Leverkusen. And then when that came out, Liverpool, like the deal fell apart. So I think Liverpool were happy for Morton to go there, but when they heard he might only play 50% of the games in a season, I think they felt like he might as well stay at the club if that's going to be the case. So, because we could offer him 50%, be perfectly honest.
I'm surprised Leverkusen can offer him 50%. If I'm honest, mate.
So, like, if he's only going to get 50%, you might as well stay at the club.
Yeah.
So they're looking at if Leverkusen said, "Look, we're going to play him 80% of the time, no worries," then he'll have gone. But the fact they wouldn't get enough, like we've called players back before that weren't getting enough game time, at championship sides. I mean, we called Peter Luger back and he was playing at Macclesfield. I mean, it tells you, like, they're saying not quite right in the Morton thing because that was ready to go. That was all ready to go.
I think so as well. I think so as well. So I haven't actually got any clubs, but there's 7 clubs that are battling for a signature. So I don't know who they are, to be honest. If anyone knows, that'd be interesting. But I think one of them was definitely Ipswich, Southampton, and there was a couple of others. Oh, here they are. So no, it's not. That's the clubs. That's the teams that would beat. Sorry, but he's also been picked for the Scotland team as well. So that's quite interesting. I also wanted to just bring this up just because they still haven't signed a striker. I'm just saying, okay? I'm not spreading rumours or conspiracy or anything, but Arsenal still haven't signed a striker, and they've been linked to loads of strikers, and we've just signed one. So I don't know. What do you think? Do you think if 70 million came in from Arsenal, we'd sell him?
Yeah, I think Mark Wed.
I didn't expect you to say it like that.
I honestly think Mark Edwards' sponsoring gone. Now I know people will say about Richard Hughes, but I'm telling everyone right now, Michael Edwards is trying to run the club the way he wants to run it. Michael Edwards would not have bought Darwin Nunez if he was at a football club. Darwin Nunez would have not come through the door if Michael Edwards was there. Look at the players that are leaving. Look at the players they don't want. We've got to go on what Ian Graham said. I think it's Ian Graham who said it. Like when he found out that Liverpool were going after Darwin Nunez, he couldn't believe it because it's not what the data shows. We have to completely change the way we play to suit Darwin Nunez. And that's been the case for 2 years now. We haven't changed the way we play to suit Darwin Nunez, and it's not worked for him in 2 years.
And he's still offside.
It's not. We're not. I don't think Nunez is the right fit for Liverpool. We haven't changed the way we play for him. We don't play Nunez to Nunez's what Nunez wants to play. Look what Jota would the Darwin Nunez played that pass Jota did for Diaz against Brentford?
Never. And he wouldn't have been in a position to play that pass.
And this is the thing, Jota his all-round game is better than Darwin's at the moment. If you look at Chiesa's all-round game, if he plays through the middle as well, is better than Darwin's at the moment. I want Darwin to succeed more than anyone, man. I'd love Darwin to come and score 30 goals this season, prove everyone wrong, be a superstar. I just don't see it. He looks uncomfortable when he plays. I mean, let's be fair here. He looks uncomfortable when he plays. It doesn't look right. It looks like I'm trying to put a glove on a 3-fingered man. You know what I mean? It's not fitting. It don't fit. Something's not quite right. And yeah, I just don't know if Darwin's ever going to work for Liverpool the way everyone wants him to. We all do. There's not a fan alive who don't want Darwin to do the business.
I know. I want him to succeed at Liverpool as well.
Yeah.
So, all right then. So, what teams in the Premier League would he fit system-wise? Because I can only think of 2. And I'll let you say one first.
I don't think he suits English football.
I think he could play in the City role.
Yeah, because he just do what Haaland does.
City role.
Just get on the end of things. But the problem is Haaland's off the ball movement is better than Darwin's. I mean, how many times is Haaland offside? Like literally, how many times is Haaland offside?
That's a fair point.
Do you know we
And
only had
Chelsea as well. And Chelsea.
we've had
I think he was with
yeah
Chelsea.
we've had one offside in our first 2 games, ain't we?
Yeah, and who was that?
Yeah. I just think
Like,
he's off
Salah's
the
never offside, by the way. Salah's never
No.
offside.
I just feel he's off the ball movement. He just I think if Darwin, but I'm going to say this right now, if Darwin Nunez went and played for Atletico Madrid, I'd think he'd kill it. I think he would.
Yeah.
I think he'd absolutely kill it in Spain playing for Atletico Madrid. I reckon he gets 30 goals a season. I think it suits him.
I think Atletico signed an odd player for their system, like Alvarez.
Yeah, I think Darwin would be better for him.
Not sure how that fits.
I think Darwin would bag goals for Atletico Madrid. I think Spain would suit him to a grand. Bigger pitches, more room, less pressure off the ball, less pressure on the ball. Yeah, I think he wouldn't be asked to link the play. Our strikers, even under Arne Slot, what I've noticed, you've got to link the play. You've got to be able to hold it up. You've got to be able to play on the half turn.
Yep.
None of that's Darwin's strength.
Does, by the way. Chiesa does that in spades. He just does.
And that's not Darwin's main strength. Darwin's main strength is running off the shoulder. He wants that ball over the top or that ball down the channel, playing off the shoulder. That's where Darwin wants to be.
That's an insane stat, Morton.
6 times.
That's insane.
I think
that was probably against us.
I think there was one game last season that Darwin was offside 4 times, if I remember rightly. So it's about movement off the ball, guys. Salah's never offside.
It is.
Ever.
Ever. Yeah. All right, so we'll move on from the Darwin stuff. Maybe I brought that in too early. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Okay, so I wanted to. Yes, a lot of the stuff that's about Darwin is from Portuguese outlets, by the way. So we've already talked about these 2 players. So there's this guy actually that I wanted to talk about, who is supposed to be the guy behind Lenny Yoro. So his name is what's his name? Nathan Zizi.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah, who plays for he's 19. He plays for Nunez.
Nonce. Yeah, Nonce.
Nonce.
Not Nonce. Not Nonce.
Yeah, Nonce.
No, it's pronounced Saint
Yeah.
I can't remember how you pronounce it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard us being linked with him plenty of times already this summer.
So this is an interesting one. 17 million. I think he's left-footed. He plays on the left-hand side. I think he's another right-footer, by the way. I don't think he's left-footed. But he's 19 years old. I'd been in the first team since 2023. Looks decent. A hell of a lot cheaper. But he's made a remarkable start to the season at his club. Might be one that we might pull the trigger on. We didn't get Yoro. So how do you say it? It's pronounced like nonce.
Yeah.
We didn't want to say that though.
Yeah, it's that word. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is another one that's kind of popped up. There's quite a few like in the background that have popped up. Obviously, this one from Plettenberg a couple of days ago. Thought I'd just throw that one in there. So we've been tracking Lukeba from Leipzig, also Bastoni, and also Brandtwaite, just in case Gomez goes. I don't know, like the whole situation with Palace losing Chadley means that they're not going to sell Gahey, which means that Newcastle might go for Simican. If they don't get Simican, then they might go for Gomez, and then we're up shit creek with that and we're going to have to get a defender in. I certainly don't want a last minute guy. Oh, we are. private jet. Is that real? Private jet from
So
Liverpool to Porto. I love it. I
Louis,
hope so. Go and get Varela.
well, apparently Louis Steele speaking. Louis Steele is speaking to LFC transfer room right now, and he thinks Liverpool are closed in business when it comes to number sixes this summer.
We're done.
Yeah, he thinks we're. That's only like that's what he thinks anyway. That's what he thinks.
Um, I've got to be honest. Like at the amount of times I used to sit up and watch Sky Sports, and I'd have it on for hours, and then like that was when Liverpool were like signing players out of the blue, like back in the olden days, and then I just didn't watch it anymore because there's just no point because all our business was done like way before the transfer window even started, and then it'd just be boring. But I'm quite excited that like we're involved in stuff now, and there could be a mad merry-go-round on centre backs.
So some breaking news.
Oh yeah, go on.
So Mexican winger Cesar Huerta, 23 from Pumas, had agreed to join Liverpool this window and then later be sent out on loan to a championship side. Ultimately, the deal broke down because the teams were willing to take him weren't competitive enough. So Liverpool just decided to pull the plug on him.
Poor lad.
Yeah, so
So
it sounds
basically,
like
the teams that wanted him weren't that good.
the championship
Well,
teams
that's
weren't.
not good, isn't it?
Basically, by the sounds of it, Liverpool wanted to loan him to a possible championship winning or playoff winning side, but they weren't interested, and the championship teams that would take him would probably not go compete to get into the Premier League next season. So, yeah, the deal turned down, but that deal could have happened. Which, considering they're looking for a left winger, I do wonder if Liverpool have been told that Anthony Gordon is going to sign a new contract at Newcastle.
Yeah. Or
Mm.
I'm maybe I'm doing conspiracy again. Or Diaz doesn't want to sign a new contract, and he could be off next
Yeah,
year. Or
there's-
Nunez is going, and Chiesa is going to be playing in the middle more, and that means Diaz might be playing on the right
so
hand side a bit
the,
more, or Gakpo might play in the centre, and we
I
need a
was
backup for left.
I was watching a lot of because I did my video yesterday about Chiesa. We're talking about his last two seasons. Chiesa's mostly played through the middle, right? Last season he played all his games through the middle, and the season before that he played the majority of his games through the middle for Juventus. So I was looking at, and people told me, he was behind a striker. He was playing behind the main forward, so he's sort of like a floating 10, an attacking 10, could do what he wanted. So I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking, yeah, he might be Salah's backup, but he's versatile. I wonder, because you couldn't play him behind Jota because they're too similar. I'm just wondering if there's times where Arnold Slot might look at it and go, Salah on the right, Diaz on the left, Chiesa in the number 10 position, and then Darwin in front of him.
Yeah,
And like Chiesa playing that shadow striker behind Darwin. And we know from Darwin's best times at Benfica, he preferred playing off somebody close to him in that central area. So maybe that's something they're looking at. Maybe that's why Chiesa was bought, because of his versatility.
yeah, maybe big up
So
Scottish.
not a striker playing behind the striker.
Yeah,
That's where he's played for most of the last 2 years.
I think what's interesting as well is Arnie Slot's actually said that he wants to play Elliot as a number 10, as an attacking midfielder, and I mean basically he's been Salah's replacement, hasn't he? So Chiesa could just naturally be that replacement, and then he can obviously rotate Szoboszlai more with Elliot, because he wasn't able to do that, because if Salah needed a rest, then he needed to bring Elliot on for Salah, and he didn't have that option. I mean, and to be fair, like like I don't know how much he rates like Gapco and Nunez. Like I just don't know how he rates them yet because he's just not played them enough. So you
No,
just don't know what he's going to do. And the fact that he's just signed another striker, they must be sat there going, "Whoa!" Like I thought
I,
we were
I,
a shoe in.
yeah, I think what he's looked at is that Diaz and Salah, that they stand out far and away as our best front three. And if you notice as well, yeah, Salah's receiving the ball in wider positions, but Diaz isn't. Diaz is more narrow than he was last season, and he's more direct. You know, instead of Diaz going up, because we all thought, Diaz under slot, he'll play on the outside, he get around his fullback on the outside crossing. No, first 2 games of the season, Diaz has been direct to the box. As soon as he gets it, it's been told you just go straight towards the goal. You know, that's where I want
He's
you.
not the guy. He's not the guy that gets the ball and has to do the running and the passing
He's
because he
receiving it
wasn't
now.
good at that. He wasn't good at that
Yeah,
last season.
he's receiving
Now
it.
it's Salah, and he gives it to Diaz because he's on his bike.
Yeah. So I
And
wonder if they're
he's
looking
the
at
guy getting us off
Chiesa,
the pitch.
and
Yeah,
I wonder if they're looking at Chiesa, who could do that from that 10 position as well. You know, you go and
and
look
the
at
options
Chiesa's
there.
highlights. You know, he picks the ball up deep in the central area a lot of the time, Chiesa, and he can get forward from there. So, yeah, I mean, just gives us more options. We can go more direct. We've got more pace now. I know there's a lot of people that were saying Chiesa's lost his pace. He hasn't. I just
No,
watched a few Juventus games from last season. Still quick. He actually last season, Chiesa's top speed was equal to Mo Salah's and Dominic Szoboszlai's last season. So
Chiesa's top speed
he's
is
still fine.
36.7.
Yeah, he's
Like
still
his
rapid.
highest speed he's ran. That's like top
Yeah,
5 in
and
the Premier League.
in our team, only Darwin, Salah, and Salah, Darwin, and Szoboszlai all hit the same kind of speed last season.
Yeah,
So
crazy man.
he's not slow at all. So all this crap about he's lost his pace is just rubbish.
Brilliant. I thought I'd also bring up this as well from Russell. He's not a pure dribbler, so maybe Herter isn't someone that other teams were looking at. I don't know nothing about him, Paul. Like it kind of came out the blue for me. But obviously it's not happening now.
Do we need a winger that takes on his man?
No, I don't think so.
When's
I
last
don't
time
think so. Not,
Salah
not for the way
really?
we're playing.
When's last time Salah really took on his man like that?
I don't think we'll be asking our players to do that.
It's more
I
about
just wanted
being direct, isn't it?
absolutely, mate, absolutely. I also just wanted to bring up the basically our depth map as well. Just the fact that we've got
It's only
quite
good
a
in
lot of
forward.
depth in the team already.
It's good in
Um,
forward area. It's good in forward areas.
It's very good in forward areas. I don't think it's too bad with
No.
the 3 at the back there and the goalkeeper. But
Well,
we could definitely do with a midfielder and
it's
definitely do with a left back for me.
if we think about it, yeah, we got 4 centre backs. Yeah, we've got 4 centre backs. Konate, Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, and Gomez. Now, last season, everyone was rating Kwanzaa and saying he's this great player that's only going to get better the more he plays. Now, this season, because he got dropped already and Slot had a little, not a pop at him, but just told him where he needs to improve. Now, a lot of people don't see Kwanzaa good enough. You got Robbo and Tsimikas.
That is just ridiculous after one game.
Yeah, you got Robbo and Tsimikas at left back, which I thought Robbo actually had a pretty decent game last week against Brentford. Trent and Bradley is absolutely fine. That's as good as a right back two there is in the Premier League. Ain't got no problem about that. The forward 6 is just great. And then it's just midfield depth, ain't it? That's the issue there. I mean, McAllister and Graham Birch, if they're both injured, we're starting Endo and Jones. So that's where we have a problem. That's where I keep saying we just need that one. Just get that one. It makes a whole difference. Just makes a whole difference. Just makes a whole difference. But I suppose in need you could play Szoboszlai a little bit deeper and play Chiesa in Szoboszlai's position. So you could do that. So they might look at that. I don't think it's the right thing to do, but you could do that.
So I've obviously got like some of the additions as well. Obviously, we've still got Tyler Morton at the club. but we've got obviously Jaros there, choice. Then you've got Phillips and Nallo. Like, I can't believe Phillips is still with us, but he is. Then you've obviously got Trey Ione, which is backup for backup, if you ask me.
Yeah, Trey will play cup
And
games. I think.
Yeah, and then you've obviously got Gordon and Doak, but I think Gordon and Doak will probably go out on loan.
Yeah, I think we can forget about Gordon and Doak. They'll be gone.
Yeah.
Trey will stay in the team. I can see Trey playing against West Ham in the League Cup. I can see that happening.
Yeah, that was a crappy draw, wasn't it? Look at the draw some of the others got. They ended up with a Premier League team.
It's always the way, man. It's always the way. I think Trey, I think Tyler and Morton will play League Cup games because of this Champions League game now. You can't rest. You basically have to play your best team every week.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to finish in the top 8 and get automatic qualification and then take the rest of the time off till it starts again. So you have to play full strength teams. So League Cup wise, if I'm Liverpool, I'm just playing your Trainionis and your Curtis Joneses and your Endos and all that in the League Cups, man, and just leave everyone for Premier League, Champions League, and just hope. You got to pray we don't get injuries. If we don't get injuries, we fine.
I think it will be. I think it will be the second team, 100%. I also thought I'd bring this up as well. Obviously, we've got Kumas and Beck both in the Welsh team, which is good to see.
Kumas started like house on fire.
Yeah, two 1 goal, 2 assists already.
Yeah, he's a talent.
And he hit the post. And he hit the post twice in his first game.
Out of all our young forwards or wingers, Kumas looks the best out of a lot of them. He looks decent. He really
was it? He had 1 game, got a goal, and then got dropped. Never got played again. Like, I thought that was a bit weird. Like, he scored a good goal as well.
Owen Beck. Yeah. I think the club really like Owen Beck. So I expect Owen Beck to come back to Liverpool.
I hope so. I like him as well. He's still only 21, I think, 21, 22. So, comes back, he's 23. That's fine. Like you can't be expecting to get like wonder kid, like left backs, like breaking into the Liverpool first team. Like, I just don't think it's going to be like that anymore. It's going to be quality for quality. But we've got a couple of ex-players in there as well. Obviously, we've got quite a few ex-Welsh players in the team. Obviously, Nico Williams is in there, and Harry Wilson's in there as well. He's kind of fell off a cliff a bit, hasn't he? I do like that guy, Rabari Matanado. He plays for Rangers in Scotland. He's been tearing it up, but I mean, it is what it is. That is Scottish League.
It's hard to tell, isn't it? Yeah, exactly.
What about Matt O'Reilly? Who I thought, Matt Riley, who I thought would be a good signing. He's broke his ankle on his first game, and he's done. Getting an operation on it. He's done. He's done for the season.
Jesus Christ!
They just spent 25 million for him, played him in a cup game, and within like 6 minutes, someone snapped his ankle in half. And that's him. That's insane.
Brighton Arsenal Saturday as well, isn't it?
Yeah, that's insane. That's so unfortunate, that. I also wanted to bring up some bits on Chiesa as well. Just as you can see how high up is in the percentile. Progressive carries, 97%. Successful take-ons, 84%. Loads of touches, loads of progressive passing. This is exactly what we want. 94 percentile for assists. Like, takes roughly 3 shots a game. Like, this is what we want to see. The passing completion isn't really an issue because attackers don't really get high levels of passing. Like, completion. That's not really how it works.
Because they're trying the more dangerous. They're trying the harder pass, aren't they? They're trying the more difficult pass. But look with Chiesa. I know people looked at his GA last season. His GA was lower than all our forwards, right? But he was playing because he was playing this number 10 role. He was playing a lot deeper, and the way they played it at 3-5-2, he would come a little bit deeper for the ball and stuff like that, and build up and from the halfway line of things. I think for Liverpool, a bit like when Jota was at Wolves in his first, he did well in the Championship. Then at Wolves, his GA was really low, and then he comes to Liverpool, his GA goes higher because he's playing further up the pitch with better players around him. So the way we go play, Chiesa does get shots off. He does create opportunities for himself. I think Chiesa's GA will be higher at Liverpool than it ever was at Juventus, just because I think we're going to have him more close, especially if he plays on the wide areas. We're going to have him more closer to goal in quick transitions. You know, getting in quick passes into him, letting him break away. So I think the way we're going to play and set him up further up the field, I think he'll get more GA for Liverpool than he ever did for Juventus.
Yeah, the Allegri system is basically Moyes 2.0 in it.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one as well. 32 assists. But the thing about it as well, you know, when you watched your videos about him playing, did you see how many people shanked it that he put it on a plate to?
Yeah, well, yeah. Who's that geezer?
Those cutbacks were brilliant, and there's just people hacking it over the bar.
Who's the geezer he had up front with him?
Vlahovic.
Is he Serbian or whatever he was? Yeah, Vlahovic. That's it. He's shit. So
yeah,
you know, yeah. I think he'd be all right, man. His GA would be better. Well. It'd be better than what it was at Juventus.
Yeah,
he's got too much talent. He's got too much talent.
Yeah, I agree. What else have we got? Oh,
he's got to score against United as well.
I've got some funny stuff on United. So this, I found this as well. Top 10 players whose team earned the most points in the first 100 matches. Look at Virgil's, man.
Do you know what's mad?
Evra was a bit of a monster, though, I've got to say.
Yeah. Evra played in a quality United team, though. We do have to remember that.
Yeah.
Because even Carrick's there.
Van Dijk played in a shit team for a couple of years.
Yeah, and what we got to think with Virgil, man, what we got to think with Virgil as well is that he's only ever lost 2 Premier League games.
It's mental.
At Anfield, he's only lost 2 Premier League games at Anfield. He's played 100 games at Anfield, and he's only ever lost 2.
Did you hear the interview as well? Because he said, "Oh yeah, those 2 games," and you're like, he's still beating himself up over them. I'm like, wow.
Because all the games we lost at home that season with no fans, obviously, he was injured, wasn't he? So
yeah. Well, you remember the game, didn't you? Because one of them was Leeds, which was a bit of a blockbuster.
We lost
3-2, wasn't it?
Yeah, 3-2. Was it a 3-2?
3-2 for it was what's the name?
Somerville got the winner, wasn't it?
Somerville scored the winner, and I think the other one was it Watford, or someone like that?
Yeah.
I think that was the quad. No, it wasn't the quad. It was the Was it the Invincibles game?
Yeah. We only lost 1 Premier League game. It was Watford, wasn't
it? Yeah, man. Shocking. Okay, so I'm just going to close a couple of screens. Done that one. Also, Chiesa.
The Palace game. Yeah, big at Callum game.
Yep, it was the Palace game. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right. It was Palace. He didn't play the Watford game.
Yeah, Palace last season. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so Chiesa, 2,353 minutes. Just his attacking actions and his passing and his XA and his presses, really good. Like, we've looked at all this data. We'd be loving this data.
Yeah,
I also wanted to bring up as well that so Pep and Linders was desperate. Was desperate for Pacheco. Can you imagine how many phone calls he made to Slot?
Yeah, but we said this would be the signing. We said
I know. Well, you said it. You predicted all of this.
Yeah, ages ago. Do you know how much I got slagged off? I put out a tweet about 2 or 3 weeks ago saying I think it would be beneficial for Stefan Bajcetic to go out on loan for Liverpool, go on loan this season. I must have had 100 replies in my Twitter saying you're wrong, you're full of shit, you don't know what you're talking about. Stefan's the one, he's star boy, he ain't going out on loan. And now he's gone on loan. You know, I said it in my video as well a few weeks back that Stefan needs to go out on loan. I've got people come like people just got to realise, yeah, Stefan might be great in your eyes. He's never played for Slot. He's only played 21 games in 18 months, and everyone expects him just to, all right, he's going to play next season, no problem. Like, in front of who? Like, literally in front of who?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's. I'm not surprised he's gone alone. He's doing well. He'll play 90%, 80% of the games at Club Salzburg and have a great season, and then he'll come back fresher and better.
So I thought I'd bring this one up as well, because obviously this one's making the rounds again, which is Inacio. If there's a plane going to Portugal, then maybe we're coming back with this guy. But I would assume that we're probably looking at release clauses if we're gonna nab a defender in the last minute. And obviously Inacio's got one. We know a lot about him. We've looked at him for a long time. I mean, he's definitely a guy that I'd give the thumbs up to. He'd be a great player to come in. He wouldn't play as a left back though. Like, let's just end that one there, because he just hasn't played as a left back for them. But yeah, who knows? He's left-footed though, which is exactly what we need, and it's also what Dutch coaches like. Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Simon
Sporting
Jones
don't like Liverpool.
No. Simon Jones has just said that Liverpool are monitoring late moves in the transfer market with eyes on midfield and defence. So Simon Jones on Mail Sport has just said he's quite a well-known journalist that has a lot of truth behind him. So yeah, so apparently Liverpool are monitoring late moves. So yeah, I think that's why no one's come out and said anything yet. I think it is watch this space.
Yeah, exciting, mate. Exciting. Okay, so I've got where's the Man United funny? Okay, so I've got this one. I thought you'd like this one. Liverpool versus Man United aggregate score in their last Premier League meetings.
Yeah, it's just mad, ain't it? But United fans talk like they've. Yeah,
I think that's hilarious.
It's gotta be interesting on Sunday, because I think I think we've had a better team and squad than Man United for a lot of years now, for a long, long time, and I think majority of times we play Man United, especially at Old Trafford, I felt like we always played the occasion and not the team.
Yep.
Apart from a few times, obviously, when we battered them 5-1 and stuff like that. But
They
I don't
still
think
played quite well in those games, by the way. That was the weird thing about it.
I just don't think we're going to do that this time. I think we're just going to play the team. I don't think Slot's going to be awed by the occasion. Liverpool Man United it's always going to be the biggest game in English football. But when I look at if Liverpool Man United put their two strongest 11s out on paper, Liverpool should win them 9 out of 10 times. So, yeah.
I mean, if Diaz had scored a few, then it probably would be a bit higher. Yeah, I totally agree. I think. I mean, I said this last year to you as well, quite a lot. Just take away the chaos and the emotion out of Liverpool, and there is something so special there.
Yeah.
Like, as a team, there just is. Like, with the players we've got and the football that we play, just take away that emotion and that chaos, and you could have something really special. And with this coach, you can already see he's taking away the chaos, because we've got possession of the ball so much more, like which is brilliant. And the emotion, well, it looks like the emotion's slowly leaving the team, because he's dragging players off. like he's dragging players off now, and he's like, yeah, okay, we've had enough of you. Like, you've burnt out. Let's get someone else on. It looks a lot more. Was it robotic?
Yeah, I mean, didn't we have 92% complete pass completion against Brentford, which is a Premier League record?
Yeah.
What I like the fact is that what I've noticed in our first two games, and I know they're against Ipswich and Brentford, and this is what everyone keeps telling me, because we should beat Ipswich and Brentford. Of course we should, but I do think we would have gone a goal back down last year if we played Ipswich. If we played like we did last year, I think we would have gone a goal down.
Yeah.
And Brentford, I think, would have had many more big chances than they did on the weekend. I just look at it and feel that if Liverpool keep the ball and if McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai are aggressive in that midfield and we can get the ball in quickly to Salah and Diaz and Jota, and then having some Chiesa will probably be on the bench and Gakpo and Darwin on the bench and Elliott and Curtis Jones. I just think there's enough there for Liverpool to get the job done. Really do.
Yeah. I also wanted to bring up the England squad. It's quite interesting with four of the newbies.
Yeah, zoom in a bit, mate. I can't barely see it.
Let me just zoom in now. 2 secs. Actually, why is that zooming out?
Yeah, that's to say in the other way.
Okay. Yeah. That better?
Keep going a little bit. Because I have got shit eyes.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Okay, that's the best I can do.
All right, no worries.
okay.
Read them out, man. Read them out.
Okay, so some of the newbies: Morgan Gibbs-White, Angel Gomez, who plays for Lille, who we've actually got in the Champions
Angel
League.
Gomez is a Man United player.
Ex-Man United, yeah.
Oh.
And then you've got.
How's Angel Gomez in there for Harvey Elliott?
Yeah, I know. This is what I wanted to talk about as well. You got Noddy Madueke.
Well, because he's scored an hat-trick.
Absolute garbage, but he's getting called up.
Kylian Trippier's retired, ain't he?
And then you got Timo Livermorento, who I think is a good player actually, and he's naturally left-footed, which is obviously should work as a left back.
Look,
but
that man,
how has Gomez not been picked again?
That man is Italian. Livermore, it surely is Italian.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
The way Lee Carsley was talking about Trent, I think Trent's starting at right back.
Oh god, yeah.
He wants Trent to basically what he's doing at Liverpool. He wants him to invert into midfield. It's nice to see that Lee Carsley knows what he's doing, and Southgate didn't. Shock.
Yeah.
I think we got to stop the Kyle Walker stuff. He's finished. His England career's over. He was at fault for almost every goal at the Euros. Absolutely disaster performance. And for some reason, the media never spoke about.
No, well, he's Man City, and so.
Yeah, so and Trippier's retired now from international football. So, Trent is going to start right back. Livermorto probably in the wing left back position, and Harvey Elliott. Angel Gomez has got a cap over Harvey Elliott. I have no idea. I just don't get it.
What's weird as well is Carsley loved Elliott. Like
in the under-21s, he loved him. Yeah,
absolutely played him to death. Like just, it's a weird one. It's a weird that Elliott.
Servette scored against Chelsea.
So what's that 1-1 now? Oh, is it 2-1 still in it?
If they go out of that, coming from
that'd be brilliant. I'd love that.
Actually, I don't want them to go out of Europe because that gives them less games to play. So yeah,
that's a good point. Actually, it's a good point. And the interesting one for me is Harry Maguire's back in. and we all said it was Southgate picking him.
Why is he in?
I know, right?
Once De Ligt gets the fitness, Maguire's never played for United again.
Yeah, it's brilliant that.
Tomore's left out. I don't get the players that are left out. Tomore left out. Harvey Elliott left out. Them two alone makes no sense to me, especially when you're bringing Angel Gomez and Maguire. So who would you rather have in your, if you had to pick, you have an Angel Gomez and Maguire or Tomore and Elliott?
I mean, Tomore and Elliott.
It's just
Tomore and Elliott.
And it's not even a biased Liverpool thing. I would mention Tomore.
No, it's not. I'm not being biased.
It's madness. It's just madness. That.
Yeah. I'm gonna do like another 15 minutes, mate, and then we're done. Okay.
Yeah.
So I've also got this one as well, which is about net spend. I thought you'd like that.
Oh, the old net spend
Have you
boys will
seen
be out.
Chelsea?
What's Chelsea's net spend?
927 million.
Well,
And look where we are. Look where we are. We're behind Villa, Forest, West Ham, Tottenham.
yeah.
We're not that far. We're not that far ahead of Palace.
Look, I'm going to say it right now. Apart from there's some players at Chelsea I would take. There's a player at Arsenal I would take. There's not many players I would take from the teams that have spent more than us, and that's not me just being sour.
True. That's true.
I've said it for ages. Aston Villa are going to have a terrible season. They are terrible. I watched them against Arsenal. Yeah, their main striker missed a couple of chances, should have drawn the game. I get it, but their midfield is not good. It's a myth. I just think, I just like Leon Bailey doesn't score or create goals. It's just I don't think they're going to be good enough. I think they're going to really struggle this season. I just don't get the hype, man. I really don't.
I also wanted to bring this one up as well. So Mickey Mount's not going to be available. So, I mean, they're probably going to have to play. What's his name? Casemiro in midfield.
I hope they do.
So you've got Casemiro, Menu, and Fernandez.
They'll play the same midfield.
Doesn't tackle anyway. So
yeah, they're playing the midfield that played against Brighton. Kobe Mainoo, Fernandez, and Casemiro. Kobe Mainoo, I'm going to say this now, touch wood, it don't go back on me, but he has been shite. He got hyped up to the moon, did Kobe Mainoo, and he has been pack. I've said this, United fans, they big players up too early, man. Everyone can look good for 5 minutes. They can. Everyone can look good for 5 minutes. Let's see what Kobe Mainoo's like at the end of this season, and then have a chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they've just sold their best midfielder.
Who's that?
McTominay.
Yeah, I do like
Napoli. Just sold to Napoli.
Which is weird, man. I do like Bruno Fernandes. I have to say, I think he's a prick of a bloke, and his antics are disgusting. But as a footballer, he is top draw. I mean, I don't think Fernandes would get away with his antics at other clubs. I don't think they'd have it. But no one at United tells him anything, do they? So.
And they, what was I going to say? I can't remember what I was going to say now. Oh, yeah. So he reminds me of Bernardo Silva. They're both dickheads, but they're just brilliant footballers.
Oh, Liverpool have invited TalkSport in for Deadline Day.
Ooh.
We don't usually do that. Every Deadline Day in the last few years is a shut shot.
It is. It is.
Nothing happens. To invite someone in for if they've invited the press in for transfer deadline day, yeah, maybe something's happening then.
Maybe it's a big one. Love it. Absolutely. I'll be watching. Also, he's been given the number 14 shirt, which is brilliant. And this is also what I mentioned before. Harvey Elliott will be predominantly used as an attacking central midfielder this season, which is great because we want to see Elliott play as the 10, and he hasn't been playing as the 10 when he's come on. He's been playing in Salah's position, but he also got lucrative offers from Saudi Arabia, but he turned them down. There's a rumor as well that that he was running down his contract because he asked for a renewal, and they didn't offer him a renewal. So he was kind of stuck in limbo. I mean, he's still gone on the record and thanked the club and all of that stuff, but they treated him like garbage.
They've been
really weird.
They've been in the thing with his contract for a couple of years now, haven't they?
Yeah, Juve are just a really weird club.
The fact that we got him for 10 million, 12 million total transfer. Let's just say we got him for 12 million, yeah. And then he's on 81 grand a week.
I know.
That's mad.
Crazy, isn't it?
That's stupid, man.
It's
Don't know how
crazy.
they done that. But his love for the club already in the interview, man. He just, yeah. He's there.
Yeah,
He's
so
chose the
that's-
club.
yeah.
He's chose the club and not on money, on history and esteem and, you know, what the club's about. That's why he chose Liverpool, not because of the money. He could have gone elsewhere and got more money.
Type of player we want, mate. Type of player we want. Like,
always.
just, they're the guys you want.
Go play for the shirt. That's what you want.
Playing for the shirt. Anyway, yeah, he obviously, his dad said go.
Yeah,
It's
he
the
did.
best
He
choice
said
of
that.
your career. Love that.
Yeah,
Absolutely love that.
Yeah, his dad said that.
I haven't got anything else to cover. I'll also just want to bring this up just so we know that obviously Nunez has been banned for 5 games for Uruguay, so he'll have a rest, even though he's probably resting anyway. But yeah, it looks like he is off to Saudi Arabia.
There you go.
Okay, that's an interesting one then. Newcastle might be in for Gomez then.
Yeah, I think that might happen on transfer deadline day.
There might be something going on there.
Yeah, so if he's out for Uruguay for 5 games, so any international break, then he's going to be staying around, which I reckon then the first game after international break, he will probably start that game, Darwin, because he'll be fresh. That's one positive, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're going to wrap up now. Appreciate everyone that's been in. Great to have you on, Jamie. Good little chat. Covered a load of stuff. Great. It's kind of how I want to run my show like this. So I go through a lot of the news and stuff, mate.
Sweet.
Love to get your input there and some of the breaking news as well.
Mm.
And you're a bit of a statter as well.
Yes.
You get me on for the stats. You know yours as well, mate.
Yeah, I only know. Yeah, once they come to my head, you know.
When you're on the other side of the aisle.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. That's it.
Brilliant. Yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do. I really appreciate it. And if you're on my channel and you're not a subscriber of Jamie's, definitely go over there and do that now. And have you got anything coming up, mate, that you want to tell everyone about?
I've got Man United preview tomorrow. I've got watch-alongs on my Tifo channel on Saturday. I'm doing the watch-along for Man United and Brighton at 12 o'clock on my Tifo channel if you want to join me over there. Sunday, then I've got the Man United Liverpool watch-along on my YouTube channel. So, yeah, lots coming up. And when the Champions League kicks off, I will be doing every single week, every single game of the Champions League, Tuesday and Wednesdays on my Tifo channel, and the Liverpool games on YouTube. So, yeah, make sure you're joining in, guys.
Mate. Sounds brilliant.
And
I'll be there. If you haven't checked out Jamie's commentary, it's actually really good.
Yeah, I'll try.
It's actually better than Stephen Warnock's.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
All right. You have a wonderful evening, everyone. Okay, and I will catch up with you again soon. We're out of here. Take care.